Hey everyone, just wanted to do a quick video on how to replace a fan motor on a Ventline fan. This is on a Winnebago Revel, but this should be the same on any camper that has this fan. We had a little problem where a foam gasket around this top became detached and got sucked into the fan. And I think that's probably burnt out the motor, so we're going to order a new replacement, but I just wanted to show you how to access that without having to break this seal loose. I've already pulled off the sealant that was around the screw, but basically there are two screws on the top lid that you're going to have to remove, and you're going to want to peel the silicone sealant off in order to access the head. So we've got one over here, Phillips head, and then on the other side we've got another Phillips head, which I've actually unscrewed already. But basically once you remove those two screws, you're going to be able to access the top part of the fan. We've got the top lid of the fan off, so now we're going to remove this mechanism right here with the blade so that we can access the motor. The thing just pulls right off, so you just give it a tug up and it'll come off. You can see we got the fan blade mechanism off. The motor is just stuck right through here, so we've got our motor exposed. There's two Phillips head screws, so we're just going to remove those and then the motor will be free. There are two 12-volt wires connected to the back of the motor, so just pull those off before you unscrew the screws. Here's the underside of the lid. So you can see this foam gasket. There were actually two pieces, one on either side. This piece is already off because it was wrapped around the fan blade, so I pulled that out, but you can see here's some tape stuck onto the bottom of this foam, and clearly it's not doing a very good job at staying on this plastic. So when we after we replace the motor, I'm going to do a better job at securing this. Probably just put a bead of glue around the whole thing and then re-secure the foam to the glue. Here's the motor. We've gotten it out of the fan assembly. It's hard to see, but our model number right here is VD0218, which I found a replacement on Amazon. I'll link to that in the description, but this is what we're going to use as our replacement motor. Here's our new motor from Amazon, so we're just going to take the motor out. Here's the old motor and the new motor side by side. We got a template in the kit to drill holes if needed, but you can see the holes are in the same spot, so we're not going to need that. We're going to connect the 12-volt wires to the new motor and make sure everything works as expected. The manual says that the black cable is connected to the lead that's next to the red dot. So we're going to go ahead and connect the black cable here and the white cable here. After reconnecting the motor, mount it to that metal bracket using the two screws that were holding the original motor in place. Now that the new motor is mounted and wired up, we're going to go into the van and push the power button just to make sure that the motor works as expected. Now that we have the motor screwed to the metal bracket, before we put everything back together, we're just going to go ahead and push this power button just to make sure everything works as expected. And there we go, motor's spinning. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to access the motor from the top or from the bottom, so I took the screen off here, but you don't need to remove the screen in order to do this replacement. Now that we've confirmed that the motor works, we can go ahead and reattach the fan. Now that we've pushed the fan back onto the motor, it's time to put the vent lid back on. Probably not a bad idea to put a little dab of Dicor sealant or something similar on the top of each screw head. Final step is just to check everything inside of the van to make sure it works as expected. Vent is closed now, so we're going to go ahead and open it up. That seems to work. And then now that it's open, we're going to go ahead and turn on the fan. And we're good there too. As always, hope you found this video useful. If there's anything that I missed or if you have any questions on anything, make sure to leave a comment below.